Hi guys, it's me, Danielle Danibuttons, and I'm here today with a good old-fashioned index card video. That, by the way, I'm trying to film for the third time right now. We keep getting interrupted, so hopefully I remember everything I have to say, and this time goes smoothly. I have to cough. Hi. Okay, so my index card videos, basically, I have written down 10 plus tips to beat a coloring slump. I thought this was the perfect time for this video because I'm kind of in a coloring slump. If you look at my numbers this year compared to last year, they're much lower, and that's totally okay. So I'm going to talk about some of the things I do to get past my coloring slump, and hopefully they will help you too. A lot of these you might know, but sometimes you just have to hear someone say it for it to click in your head, and not all 10 are going to work for everybody. And in fact, some of them directly contradict each other. So these, you're going to have to just try out all the different methods and see what works for you. I would also love it if you comment anything below that I might have missed that you do to help you with the coloring slump, and hopefully we can help people either get over their slump or feel better about coloring slow. So let's just get right into it. Tip number 1 is to just do it. So this is one, sometimes, myself included, I kind of get into a block and I say, well, I want to color, but I don't know what, my desk isn't clean, I don't have time, whatever it is, and I kind of get in my own head, and I get in my own head a lot. That's kind of the theme with a lot of them, but I can't decide what to color, and you just have to do it. Pick something up and just start coloring. Most of us are here because we love to color, so whatever we pick, it's going to be a good time. Just start. And this I didn't actually write down, but this is another good tip that kind of goes along with just do it. It's okay to have whips, which are works in progress. It's okay. So if you start something and you're not liking it, switch. Do something else. Just actually get to coloring. So that is a tip number 1, and potentially the biggest tip. But again, it directly contradicts tip number 2, which is take a break. On the flip side of just doing it, it's also okay to not color for a while. You can skip a day, you can skip a week, you can skip a month if you want to. You don't necessarily need to be forcing yourself. It's harder for me because I have like the YouTube channel and I have Patreon that I sometimes feel obligated to color more, even if I'm not necessarily in the mood. But I have to be okay with taking that break. Maybe I will color my one Patreon page and then be okay taking the week off or something like that. Taking a break is okay. Again, I get stuck in my own head where I'm like, well, I want to color and I need to color. I need to color for this, that reason. And since I'm not, I can't do anything else. And then I end up not coloring and also not relaxing, not exercising, not whatever else I wanted to do, not doing my other crafts. And I just get stuck. So just remember, it is okay to take a break every once in a while, whenever you need to. All right, the next bunch of hints, I kind of call them like taking the choice away. And I know that sometimes helps me a lot. So hint number 1 is to just do a color by number book. Especially if you're not really doing color by number a lot, this could definitely help. Now you do not have to worry about picking your colors. So it takes that choice away. You just do whatever it says. Of course, in color by number books, you can do what you want. You can change the colors up all you want, all you need, whatever you want. You don't even have to look at those numbers. You can just color the page straight however you want. But if you are in a slump, sometimes just following those numbers works great. Get a book that only has 12 colors and just go for it. Another thing with color by number, sometimes I'll pick a marker. Maybe it's a marker that's almost drying out and I'm trying to get rid of it, and I'll color with that marker on multiple pages. For example, the other day I was filling my Blick markers and I overfilled the red so much. Of course it was red. Let me just show you. It looks like blood everywhere, but this is just red ink, and it was all over the place, and to the point where this marker was dripping ink. So I went into my Color Questopia Christmas book and I just did every every red page. I did all of it. So that's what's great about color by number. I was not thinking about what I was coloring. It wasn't stressful. I just did all of the red that I could find. And that really just like, it's nice and calming. And I just love the process of coloring. So that definitely helped me. Another idea is spin a wheel. You saw that I just recently made a uncolored book wheel where I spun the wheel to pick a book I have not yet colored in. So that definitely is a wheel you can do. You can make any type of wheel. There's a lot of websites that you can make your own wheel, and there's a lot of phone apps that you can download to make your own wheels, and they could be on anything. You could do artists, you could do specific book titles, you could do colors, you could do whatever you want, and spin a wheel and then just do whatever it says. You can do different challenges on the wheel, whatever you want to do, and that kind of takes out your planning, and whatever it says is what you're going to do. You can copy a cover. I love copying images. So I love when the book has the colored image on one side and the blank image on the other side. I really enjoy trying to replicate things. So if you don't have any books like that, you could always copy the cover art and try to get it as close as possible, which again kind of takes the guesswork out. So if you're not really a color by number person, this is a good idea because almost every single coloring book, the cover image is somewhere in the book. So I just think that is fun, and I like seeing how well I can match. And again, I definitely like getting that inspiration for color choices. Ooh, this one's fun. Repeat yourself. So repeat yourself. All of those books that have doubles in it, and they're kind of like, ugh, this pesky book. I'm so frustrated that there's doubles because why not? Like, that seems like a waste. It's not a waste. You can repeat yourself. I love to do this if I have had a book for a long time and I did an image a few years ago. I love going back and doing the image again. You can either copy it again and say, all right, I'm going to use the exact same colors, or you can change it up and kind of see where you're at now. Like if your style has changed, if your techniques have changed, if your skill level has changed. I personally don't really try to get better. I'm not watching tutorials. I'm not necessarily trying new techniques. I'm basically, anything I do is just self-taught. So I just trial and error and see what happens. But even just coloring for years, you're getting better. You're learning your own supplies, how much ink things take, how to stay in the lines better with your materials. And in theory, you're going to see a change even just from year to year because I color so much. So repeating yourself is a fun way to literally see those changes back to back and the same image against each other. So that's a fun one. And then this one is, I find mandalas are great for when I don't know what else to color, because I can either pick a color palette from Pinterest or Google, or I will just pick random markers and just go for it. It's repetitive, so it is again more about the process than what you're actually coloring, and it's just really nice. Usually they're quick. There's obviously much more detailed ones, but you can definitely find quick and easy mandalas and just go. Like sometimes I like in the past have used the same 5 colors on multiple pages, and everyone's just going to look different, but depending on the order you use them, depending on what the image is. So it's really easy to just take that and go. Another one I hadn't written down, but I'm just thinking of now, that's similar to mandala. 1-color books are really good for slumps because again, you just need literally one marker or pencil or whatever medium you're using, and you can just go. So I love to bring 1-color books. If I ever leave the house, I usually have a 1-color book with me, and I just have a tiny handful of markers, and I'll just go 1 color. Not even have to think about it, barely have to pay attention. Like I like to bring to the racetrack, I'll do my 1-color books, and it gets you coloring again and gets you in the mood to color more. Okay, prompts or color along. These days, tons of people have different prompts out there to help you pick what pages to color. And again, sometimes when I'm in a slump, it's because I'm overwhelmed by my choices, and I have amassed quite the collection over the years, and I feel like a lot of us have. So if you are a new colorist and you are upset that your collection is small, don't be. It's really nice sometimes to have a smaller collection, to have less choices to be overwhelmed by. So of course, grow as you so choose, but enjoy the moment while it's here, because it's hard to go back to that. Like, once again, I've been getting coloring books as gifts for my birthday and Christmas for the past 4 or 5 years, and it adds up quickly. So it's nice. Take your time, but I use prompts and color alongs to pick pages all the time. Personally, I have a Patreon, which I already mentioned, but every month in there we do a bingo board, which is 24 random prompts that we try to fulfill, and we frequently have mini games other than that. So we'll do themed things, Christmas in July. We'll do a mini Halloween board, a mini Christmas board, whatever the case may be. In June, we did a picnic theme board, and it definitely helps me pick what I'm gonna do, because I'll open my book, see what prompts I have left, and do those first. There are tons of color alongs also on Instagram. I don't know any. All right, we're gonna have to just power through the dog barking. It is lawn care season, and there are lawn mowers all over, and she doesn't like it. Okay, I don't know any off the top of my head, but there are full Instagram accounts that will post about upcoming color alongs. So I would definitely try to find those. Definitely use hashtags to find different ones. And if I can remember, I'll try to put some down below. If you can't find any, comment down below and I'll try to get back to you. But there's always tons of color alongs going on at any given point. So if you can't figure out what you want to color, definitely look one of those up and they will give you ideas. Next is shop your stash. As I was mentioning, I have tons of books at this point, and it's overwhelming. And obviously, even if I color 100 pages a month, I still won't have colored out of every book. So shop your stash is you kind of want to dig deep and find a book you haven't colored in a while and color from that. A lot of us, our styles will change over time as we realize what we like to color, but sometimes, if I used to like coloring Hannah Lynn girls, for example, I used to basically only color Hannah Lynn girls, and I haven't in a while. It's just not necessarily my style at this very moment to do them as often, but shopping your stash, it's nice to go back and maybe do one of those pages. Maybe you'll realize you like it again and get back into those books, or maybe you'll realize, no, since I've done this and it's still not really into it right now, I actually really do love color by number, and it'll kind of motivate you to do more of what you do like. So shopping your stash is great, especially like we have it. Might as well use it or figure out what you don't want and actually like get it out of there. I know that's super, super hard, and I don't do very well at getting books out of there, but shopping your stash. Next is try something new. So this can mean go and buy a new book. That is up to you if you want to make a new purchase. I'm not necessarily saying that's what you should do. You, of course, again, your money, you're an adult, do what you gotta do, but I'm more saying try a new technique. This is a good time to look up a tutorial if you're into that type of thing and follow that and learn a new method for coloring hair, or maybe you've never used watercolors before, so try those in a book. Or maybe there's different ways to, like, a lot of us have been doing the coloring crayons and outline and marker technique. If you've never tried that, that's a fun one. So this is just find new techniques, or do things in different ways than you used to. And the final one that I have written down is buddy color. I have gotten out of buddy colors a little bit, and I'm sad about it, and I miss buddy colors, and I want to be back. I don't know if I am yet, but I'm wanting to, and I'm gonna try to slowly get back into it. But buddy colors are a great way to motivate you because you'll have a friend coloring with you. So I'm going to talk about what I know about buddy colors right now, because I do sometimes get questions about what buddy colors are and how do you do them. So this can be different for everybody. There are lots of ways to do buddy colors, lots of methods, but I'm going to just say what I think of when I think of buddy colors. So I will find a friend and we will decide together what we're coloring. So it could either be the same page out of the same book. We both pick a, what's a good book example? Oh, I've forgotten everything. I'm just gonna pick up a book. Hold on, don't move. We both pick up a book. So this is Kawaii Summer Coloring Book by Color Caramel. We both pick this and we both say we're gonna color this exact page. And we do that, and we can either talk throughout the process, we can only check in when we're done, but we both do the same page and see what happens. That's one way to buddy color. Another way to buddy color is we both say, okay, let's do Kawaii Summer Coloring, and we each do any page we want. That's completely fine too. You don't have to do the same page. You can do any page you want. Or we say, let's both do ice cream, and then it doesn't matter what book it is, and you both do ice cream. Or you can say, I'm going to give a color palette, and let's both use these 5 colors in any page you want. It can be any combination of these things too. You can do all of them at once, one at a time, whatever it is. And you can check in together as often. Hopefully you're going to start chatting, and that's what buddy colors are. But it's really not restricted to any one thing. Again, you don't have to have the same book, but you can. You don't have to do the same prompt, but you can. All of that stuff. So it can definitely be as easy as you want it to be. But what's nice about it is, like, okay, I'm going to go to my friend Emily. I'll use her as an example. And I'll be like, Emily, I haven't colored in a while, and I really want to. Let's buddy color together. Cool. Great. Okay. 2 days have gone by, and I still haven't touched it. So now she's going to check in with me and be like, hey girl, you do anything yet? And I'll be like, oh no. But now I'm motivated again. She'll be like, well, I finished and I'm not going to send you mine until you finish yours. And then I'm like, oh, I want to see her work. So maybe I better get to it. You get what I'm saying? So that's kind of how that helps. And again, that is how I made a lot of my friends in the coloring community. We started buddy coloring and just kept talking after that. I know a lot of people will do the same friend, so they'll buddy color with the same person every month. They'll do a page, whatever it may be, and that's pretty great. So it's also a good way, yeah, it's a good way to make friends in the, oh my goodness, this dog, in the community, and it's a good way. Why is she doing this to me? This is such good timing that she waits until I have something to say. I'm so sorry. I'm testing her now. Okay. It's a good way to make friends in the community and to stay motivated. But also, so many of us know about coloring slumps. So if you do end up taking a long time, or if life happens that something unexpected keeps you away from coloring, that's okay too. Everybody goes through slumps. Slumps are okay. I would love to see which methods you think work for you. Is anything new? Did you learn anything from this video you hadn't thought of before? Again, let us know any tips down below that I might not have mentioned, and that way if you're going through a slump, you can see the video, read the comments, and maybe get out of it. So coloring at the end of the day is just a hobby that is supposed to be relaxing. It is supposed to be fun. You can make oh boy, I've forgotten all words. We're losing it over here. You can make it what you wish, maybe is what I was going for, but you shouldn't need to force yourself if you're not having a good time. It's okay to take those breaks, and it's okay to do all of these things. It's okay to just do color by number for a whole month. It's okay to just repeat yourself, to copy a cover, to try something new. It's all okay as long as you are having fun. So I'm gonna attempt to wrap this up since this kept taking some twists and turns, but I didn't want to try to film for a 4th time. So hopefully you learned something. I thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, thumbs up, comment anything you want to comment down below, subscribe if you haven't. I'm a fun time, and I'll be back again soon with my next video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, friends.